Our video today is brought to you by Card Kingdom, and from Black Friday through Cyber Monday, CardKingdom.com customers will earn 10% back in store credit, and this includes singles, seal product, accessories, and apparel. Terms and conditions apply. Details available at CardKingdom.com. Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for another edition of Budget Magic. So this week, we're heading again to Throne of Eldraine Standard 3.0 for a deck I'm actually really excited about. This is White-Black Discard, and you might remember we played some version of this on Budget Magic last week, and I was kind of skeptical, but I was intrigued enough that I was like, all right, I'm going to put my own version of White-Black Discard together, see how it works, and I was pretty happy with the results. So as you can see, 97 bucks of paper, a little bit more on Magic Online, 111 ticks. That's because Magic Online is weird with certain cards, like Karn the Great Creator, but I'm excited to show off this deck. I think it's actually pretty powerful and pretty good in our current meta. So a quick reminder before we break down White-Black Discard for Throne of Eldraine Standard 3.0. If you enjoy this deck and you enjoy Budget Magic in general, it would be amazing of you if you could take a second, click that subscribe button down at the bottom of your screen. It's a great way to support the channel and the site for free. So before we talk about the deck, we got to talk about our current meta. In our current meta, there are two really big archetypes. One are Fires decks. Various colors, various builds, but decks that are looking to play Fires, use Fan Wishes, play a bunch of Planeswalkers, that's kind of target number one, or a bunch of Cavaliers, those builds of Fires as well. So that's number one. Number two is Cat decks with Cauldron Familiar, Witch's Oven, doing all the sacrifice stuff. Then there's also some like Adventure decks, Golgari Adventures especially, but those are the two big targets of the deck, and I feel like this deck has a lot of pieces to keep up with them. So step one of the deck is we are attacking our opponent with discard. 4 Burglar Rats, 4 Yarok's Fenlurkers. So these are cards that are 2 mana, opponent discards a card. Yarok's Fenlurker technically makes our opponent discard, which is nice, but it's double black, which is a little less nice, a little tougher on the mana. Burglar Rat just makes our opponent straight up discard a card. So on turn 2, opponent has to discard a card. On turn 3, our opponent's hopefully going to have to keep continuing to discard cards, either because we have 8 copies of Burglar Rats and Yarok Fenlurker, so we can just play 2 in a row, or we have Charming Prince, which does a whole bunch of things. It can gain us life is sometimes relevant. It can scry to hit our land drops or our more important pieces, or it could just flicker a creature, so we can play Burglar Rats or Fenlurker on turn 2, turn 3, Charming Prince, flicker Fenlurker, which means our opponent is again discarding a card on turn 3. On turn 4, we can follow it up again, either with more Charming Princes and Fenlurkers or a Basilica Bellhaunt to make our opponent discard again. And one thing about decks like Fires, and also control decks, Wilderness Reclamation decks, is they want a bunch of cards in hand. Fires in specific, not only do they need cards to cast, they need to spend a card to play Fires as a ramp spell, and they need enough lands to get up to like 6 mana to cast their big stuff with Fires. So just turn 2 discard a card, turn 3 discard a card, turn 4 discard a card. That is often a really big deal against Fires. That can really pinch what they're trying to do. So these cards are our main discard. We also have 3 copies of Davriel Rogue Shadow Mage. This is another discard effect. Hopefully, especially in slower matchups like Fires and Control, it's at least discard 2, sometimes discard 3, and if we draw it in the late game, it can be a finisher as well, just kind of racking our opponent for 2 damage each turn. So that's kind of our main discard plan. Then we have Doom Foretold, Cavalier of Dawn, and these are 2 cards I really love right now, and these cards are very powerful in a lot of different matchups. Doom Foretold just forces our opponent to sack something each turn. We also have to sack on our turn, but we have Bugler Rats and Fenlurkers and Charming Princes and a lot of kind of like relatively useless creatures. Creatures that we're using specifically to make our opponent discard cards. We don't really care that much about having a Bugler Rat on the battlefield. It's a 1/1. It's not doing anything. So we could easily sack those to Doom Foretold. Doom Foretold, most importantly, it hits any non-land permanent. So if our opponent goes turn 4 Fires, we untap, we go turn 4 Doom Foretold, our opponent's going to have to sack that Fires if they have nothing else on the battlefield, or a Planeswalker that happens to be on the battlefield. So it's very powerful there. Cavalier of Dawn does kind of the same thing, just blows up anything. Sure, our opponent gets a Golem. We don't really care. We have a 4/6, you have a 3/3, that's fine, but it kills any non-land permanent, so it blows up Fires, Wilderness Reclamation, Planeswalkers, powerful big creatures, and gives us a big body, and if it dies, we can get back a Doom Foretold. Then we have some removal. This is where we start to shift more towards creature matchups. 4 Murderous Riders, 2 Kaya's Wrath, and these are cards to just keep our opponent's creatures in check. Murderous Rider, nice because we can kill something and then cast it and then maybe sack it to Doom Foretold if we need to. Kaya's Wrath, just to clean up the board against cat decks, against adventure decks, very important there. Then we're kind of transitioning to the cat side of the plan, which is the other big archetype we're trying to compete with. So for the cat deck, we have 2 Ethereal Absolutions. Ethereal Absolution just comes down, gives all of our opponent's stuff -1/-1, which means all of a sudden Cauldron Familiar doesn't do anything. We kill any innkeepers that happen to be on the battlefield. We kill all the small creatures, plus the other thing about Ethereal Absolution is it lets us exile creatures from our opponent's graveyard, so we can get rid of cats, we can get rid of gutter bones, whatever our opponent has in the graveyard, making spirits very powerful there. However, our most important plan for dealing with cat decks is Karn the Great Creator, and Karn the Great Creator I think is very underrated right now. Karn comes down, immediately shuts down food sacking, immediately shuts down Witch's Oven. More importantly, with its ability to wish from our sideboard, we can grab some really awesome haymakers. Grafdigger's Cage, one of the best cards you can play against cat decks. Suddenly, cat cannot come back into play, just shuts it down. Sorcerer's Spyglass on Witch's Oven, on other sacrifice outlets. Wishclaw Talisman, kinda hilarious. We can wish for Wishclaw Talisman, use Wishclaw Talisman to get something like Ethereal Absolution or a Wrath, whatever we need from our main deck, and then our opponent can't actually activate Wishclaw Talisman because Karn is shutting it down because it's an artifact with an activated ability. Otherwise, we can get Glass Casket for removal, Meteor Golem, this is more sideboard stuff. Stone Coil Serpent is a big creature, Bolas' Citadel, insane source of card advantage, which is surprisingly good in our deck because we have like Charming Prince, which is 2 life to gain 3 life if we go on life gain mode. We have Bellhaunt, which is 4 life to gain 3 life, and our opponent discards, so technically costs us 1 life. We can even gain some life off of like Doom Foretold, so we have a lot of weird ways to keep gaining life with the deck. Godpharaoh Statue just to lock out spell decks, slowly kill our opponent. Otherwise, rest of the sideboard, a bunch of Conclave Tribunals to deal with our opponent's non-creatures, Planeswalkers, Wilderness Reclamations, Fires of Inventions, etc. Kaya's Wrath, go up to the full 4 in creature matchups like Adventures and against cat decks, and that's the plan of the deck. Otherwise, mana base, going as budget as possible, no Godless Shrines, 4 Scoured Beards, 4 Templeless Islets, a bunch of basic lands, 1 Castle Lockwain. Castle Lockwain, I would love to play more of them, but without Godless Shrine, it comes into play tapped a lot because we only have like 8 swamps, so it comes into play tapped a little more than we'd like. If we had Godless Shrine to up our swamp count, then we would definitely play more Castle Lockwains because it's very good in the deck. And that is white-black discard for Standard, and that's our budget Magic deck for this week. So let's jump into the gameplay, see if this deck actually can beat the cat decks and beat the fires decks and maybe even stuff like Wilderness Reclamation Adventure decks as well. See if it actually lines up as well with the meta as we're hoping. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will talk to you soon. Budget Magic time. We are playing some white-black discard. And alright, we got tap lands for days, but we have some discards. Sphinx of Foresight. Alright, so our opponent is playing fires. And we'll see if we can empty our opponent's hand before we get fires out of the game. Templeless Island, scry. And we'll keep the untap land, pass the turn. Tap land for our opponent. Play a swamp, Fenlurker. Get rid of a card. Gets rid of a Sphinx. This is a matchup where we really need to be able to kill a fires. Opponent plays an untap land, runs out to Fairy.
Right on schedule.
Takes up.
Let's try this.
Well, play Temple of Silence. Put rats to the bottom. Go to combat. Hit to Fairy. Charming Prince. Blink Fenlurker. Get rid of a card. But this is the turn where fires could come down. Opponent gets rid of a Fae of Wishes.
Trust me, I have a plan.
Does not bounce anything, just draws a card, plays a land. There is fires. Alright. And Deafening Clarion. Okay. Play a Plains, play Bellhaunt. Make our opponent discard. Down to 1 card. 1 card! Opponent untaps. What do they got to go with this fires? Drawn from Dreams. Well, okay, that's a little unfortunate. That is the perfect last card to have. Although with just 4 lands, that does limit some of the stuff our opponent can do with with this fires. Opponent, land, scries, to the bottom. One more spell, what is it? Cavalier Flame. Okay. Takes up.
I'll protect you.
Haste. Haste. Gets in. No blocks. Down to 15. Now go to combat. Kill Teferi. Davriel.
No
Get
one
rid of the
has
last
seen-
card.
I don't think you'll be needing that.
Scoured Barons. Pass the turn. Opponent takes 2.
All I've left you is pain.
Opponent, what are they top deck? Just a land. Gonna do some pumping. Gonna do some pumping. Hits us for 8. Alright, we untap. Ooh, Murderous Rider. 1 land in the graveyard? Alright. Well, Murder Cavalier.
This is why I
Play
wear
a
the mask.
swamp, Murderous Rider. Hit our opponent, down to 11. Ping him, down to 9. What's the top deck? Bone Crusher, sure. And Bone Crusher. I'll play a land, play Karn.
I will fight.
Take down Karn.
You will not threaten this world.
Take... Oh, so many options. What do we take? Let's take Meteor Golem. Go to combat, attack. Charming Prince. Blink Bellhaunt. Get it back. Go up to 8. What's our opponent's top deck? Scoops it up! Scoops it up! Take that, fires! Discarded him! Okay, that went pretty well. That went exactly how we were hoping it would go. Clear the hand, get in some damage, tutor up a finisher, good game, fires. And that was not bad at all. And now we get to, I think, trim a couple absolutions, aren't great here. Bring in Conclave Tribunal. And maybe go down 1 Murderous Rider. Actually, we need Murderous Rider. Go down 1... Doom Foretold is good. How good is Kaya's Wrath? Not that good. Alright, go down to Kaya's Wrath. So bring in Tribunal, which can get rid of random Cavaliers and such, and can get rid of fires. More fires answers. Alright, let's do that again. Clear the hand, clear the hand. Well, we're gonna keep this. Little bit disappointing not to have white mana, but we are on the draw. And we do have some discard, and we have some removal. Opponent has Sphinx, gets to do some scrying. Leaves 1 on top. Yep. Well, what do you got, opponent? Tap land. Alright, there's our white mana. That's good. Temple. Yeah, we'll keep Fenlurker. This lets us Fenlurker, Charming Prince Fenlurker into Doom Foretold, potentially. I'll play a swamp, Fenlurker you. Okay, opponent kills Fenlurker. Exiles a Sphinx. Planes for our opponent. Runs out to Fairy.
I know my responsibility. No,
Takes down, draws a
I'm
card.
not making this up as I go.
I'll play a land, play Davriel. Make our opponent discard.
Perish the thought.
Time wipe. Good choice. That doesn't do much. Opponent. Tap land. To the top. Takes up to Fairy.
Here goes nothing.
Runs out Booney. Well, make our opponent discard.
Let me pick your brain for a minute.
Play Castle Lockwain. Murderous Rider Bone Crusher. We wouldn't mind drawing a land. Opponent draws. Drawn from Dreams to draw some cards. Yep. Takes up to Fairy.
Here we go.
Tap land. How do we do this? Missing land drops. Yeah, let's Doom Foretold. Pass the turn. Get rid of Teferi. Fae of Wishes. 4 casualties. Well, we will sack Davriel. And play Burglar Rats. Make our opponent discard. Charming Prince. Exile Burglar Rats. And then they have to discard to this Doom Foretold too. Oh, this might save us from that casualties. Opponent's got a discard. Casualties gone. Discarding another one. Land gone. Okay, discard. Oh, nice try. There's the Fires of Invention. Opponent follows it up with Deafening Clarion to sweep the board. Well, good news is we have another Doom Foretold. We were running out. Get rid of that Fires. See you later, Fires of Invention. Opponent, not much going on at the moment. Not much at all. Opponent, what do you got? Fae of Wishes runs it out. We lose our Doom Foretold. We would like lands at some point. Well, let's Karn. Take it down.
I will read you
for glass. And let's take Stonecoil Serpent. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. We would like to hit some lands at some point. Cavalier of Flame. Oh, we would like to hit a land this turn. Discards a land, draws a card. Opponent gets in at Karn. Down to 2. Alright, well, that's a land for next turn. Scoured Barrens. Take down Karn.
My allies are counting on me.
Take... what do we want? Let's take Sorcerous Spyglass. Play it on Cavalier. Charming Prince. Scry. There's the lands we want. Alright, we will keep both lands. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. Plays a land. Goes attacking. Well, we will block. Wrath. Temple. And I actually don't think we need that land anymore. So land to the bottom. Pass the turn. Opponent scries. 1 to the top. We can answer one of anything with this Cavalier. Opponent. Kenrith. Alright, well, we're gonna have to kill that. Plays a land. Gives it haste. Sure, hits us. I'll play a Plains. Cavalier. Kill Kenrith. Pass the turn. Land for our opponent. Scries. To the bottom. Scries again. 2 to the bottom. We untap. We get to play a Karn. We tick down a card.
I am not frightened by you.
We take God Pharaoh statue. We play a land. We play a Murderous Rider. We go to combat. We get in, and I think we're getting there. Opponent down to 12. Pass the turn. What do you draw, opponent? Scries. All right, well, God Pharaoh statue is going to be sweet here. 1 to the top, 1 to the bottom. Passes. I'll play a Plains. Play God Pharaoh statue. Take down Karn.
My grief fuels my
Take... We're at 11? Let's take Meteor Golem. Go to combat. Get in. Opponent blocks. Or not. Alright, drops to 8. Well, pass the turn. Ping ya. Down to 7. Cavalier of Flames. Sure. Loots, draws. And scoops it up! Oh, taking down one of the best decks, probably the best deck in Standard. Budget, mono black discard, sticking it to Fires. Oh man, that was a pretty dominating performance. Fires does not like getting hit by discard, because not only do they need their combo pieces, they also need lands to be able to cast their expensive stuff, and that was super impressive. That was just, I mean, a pretty dominating performance, really. Oh, all right. Sweet, sweet, sweet. All right. Budget Magic time. We are playing some white-black discard in Standard, and we'll keep this. This is a reasonable hand. Hopefully we scry into a land. That's good. All right. Well, I mean, Fenlurker. Well, here's a Gilded Goose. Yup. Well, land and Fenlurker. Pass the turn. Bone it. Oh, this is a counterspell tribal deck by the looks. Opponent Mu Yang Ling sacking with food. Takes it up on Fenlurker. Well, in that case, we are going to play a swamp. Murder Mu Yang Ling. Pass the turn. Yeah, no attacks. Pass the turn. Opponent, Forest, and Paradise Druid. Play the Plains, play Bellhaunt. Make our opponent discard. And pass the turn. Wicked Wolf, but no food. Okay. Opponent passes. Well, play card.
Evil must not be tolerated.
Take down Karn.
I will not
Take
stop.
Bolus's Citadel. Scoured Barrens. Pass the turn. Forest for our opponent. And what you got? Questing Beast. Yeah, let's block. Take down Karn.
Offensa.
How do we want to do this? Ugh, this is tough. Let's take Meteor Golem. Play a lad, play Bolus's Citadel. Play Davria. Make our opponent discard their last card.
Mind is a terrific thing to waste.
Pass the turn. All right. We got him empty-handed. We got a Citadel down. We have a Meteor Golem for next turn to blow up Questing Beast. Maybe. Oh my god, the last card was Nissa. Oh, I'm so glad we played that Davriel. Oh, that Nissa would have been so bad for us. Okay. Well, life is a little better now. Let's see it, opponent. Let's see what you got. We are taking a big hit here, which is annoying. And losing all of our Planeswalkers. Opponent seems a little sad that they had to discard their Nissa. Down to 18, draws a card.
Good.
It better not be Nissa. Opponent, combat. Davriel. Face. Yup. So we dropped to 12. We lose both of our Planeswalkers. Opponent, what was their draw? Alright, just a land. Well, play a land, Meteor Golem. Kill Questing Beast. Do we even want to spend 3 life to play Davriel? Yeah, alright, Davriel.
Make this quick. I'm
Pass the turn.
bored already.
Opponent can start making food to go with the wolf. Yup, makes a food. Takes 2. Down to 16.
Not really.
Opponent still has some very scary draws. Gilded Goose is not one of them. Alright, makes a food. Opponent. See how they attack here. Face. Davriel. Just kidding. Face. Well, we will... Let's block Wicked Wolf. We want to keep our life total high enough that we can potentially play some cards off the top of our deck. Bonus eggs of food, yep. We drop to 7. Doom Foretold. Is it worth it? That's the question. I'm not sure that it is. We would drop to 3. Let's Temple of Silence. Doom Foretold to the bottom. Charming Prince. Gain 3 life. Murderous Rider. And, yeah, let's just pass. Actually, wait. Okay, we can cast that staff. All right, pass the turn. Opponent gonna make food. Yup. Takes 2. Opponent.
Loneliness can hurt.
Questing Beast. Well, thankfully we can kill that. Opponent goes to combat. Attacks, attacks. So we block with Murderous Rider, and then kill Questing Beast. Gain back some life. Untap. Well, play Bellhaunt. Down to 1, back up to 4. Land. Charming Prince. Gain 3 life. Murderous Rider. And pass the turn. Okay, we're stabilizing. We're staying alive. Pass the turn. Opponent can make some food. Yeah, untaps. Drops to 10. Or to 12.
Whiner.
Opponent combat. Attacks. We will block with Murderous Rider to try to gain a bit of life. Back up to 7. Goes to the bottom. And, what do you got, opponent? They can't really hold on to anything, because we can always activate Davriel to make them discard it. Ooh! Alright, that is not good for us. We draw land. Make our opponent discard.
Empty your mind.
Fenlurker. Get rid of the last card. Charming Prince. Oh, and there's the fizzle. Yeah, now we're dead. Oh, can't make him discard the top of the deck. You can't. There's no way out of this, right? Crosses hits for 6. 1, 2, 3. We can't play Ethereal Absolution. Yep, alright. Well, we'll gain 3, and then we'll scoop. Wow! Wowie! Zowie, wowie, zowie. We did pretty much what we wanted, but that crosses off the top was pretty brutal. So we will bring in 2 Wraths. We will go down 1 Doom Foretold, 2 Doom Foretolds. Run it like that. Whoo! Hi! We were so close! We were doing what we wanted to do. Oh, man. Unfortunate timing for that crosses. It really was. We had basically everything but crosses covered. Ugh. So close. So close. Well, you can't make them discard the top of their deck. That is a tried and true downside of discard strategies. Where even if you get rid of everything else, can't stop that from happening. Alright, we get to play first. Well, we'll keep. We got a Wrath, which is nice. Land, go. We don't have many early game plays, though. Opponent, untap land, end. Gilded Goose. Well, land, go. Opponent untaps. Plays a land. Mu Yang Ling. Okay.
Many have challenged me over the ages.
Picks it up.
Bow to the howling winds.
Play a land. Murder Mu Yang Ling. Now we're kind of hoping our opponent just runs out a mana dork, and then we Wrath, and then we're in kind of where we want to be. Opponent plays a tap land. And just makes a food. Interesting. Huh. Play Castle Lochwain. Karn. Take down Karn.
I will not lose another friend.
Take... we're at 20? Let's take Bolas' Citadel again. Castle Vantress for our opponent. There is Nissa. That is a problem. Opponent untaps the land.
The land shall conquer you.
Gets in, kills card. Now play a Plains. Fenlurker. Get rid of a card. Davriel. Opponent has Negate. Ugh. Alright, pass the turn. Opponent. Oh, this Nissa. You got the crosses? They have a Wicked Wolf. And the ability to make food to keep it alive. Ugh. Alright, opponent. Yep, untaps a land. Goes to combat, attacks. Yeah, we might be in a bit of trouble. Opponent passes. Fenlurker. Get rid of the last card. It's a Wicked Wolf. Murderous Rider. Plains. Pass the turn. So we got our opponent empty-handed. However, they got down a Nissa that we just could not get rid of. Opponent makes a food. Untaps, draws a land. Animates a land. Goes to combat. Attacks. Yeah, I don't think there's a way out of this. Block, block. Take our beads. Yeah, we got Nissa'd, unfortunately. Oh, that's brutal. Cavalier of Dawn. So that kills Nissa, but it's too late. Alright, Bolas the Citadel. I think we're just dead, though. Charming Prince. Gain life. Doom Foretold. Rats. Rats. And dead. Alright. Yeah. Well, we were super close. Ugh, Nissa's brutal. Alright. Budget magic time. We are playing some white-black discard, and we got the black part. The white part might be a bit of an issue with this hand, but we have things we can do with just black mana while we're waiting. Land and Fenlurker you. We would like to hit lands, though. That would make us happy. Opponent gives up an island. Oh, a Gadwick. Oh, boy. Plays a land. Opponent passes. Play the land. Go to combat. Attack. Opponent takes it to 19. Play Bugler Rats. Opponent quenches. Alright, opponent lets it go. Discards a Quench. That's a very odd choice. Go to combat. Attack. Play Davriel. This has got to draw out the counter. Alright, Quench number 40. Why would you not quench the first one if you're going to discard Quench? Then there's not a Bugler Rats on the battlefield. Go to combat. Unfortunately, we are not doing a good job of hitting lands. Go attacking, hit our opponent. Down to 15 past the turn. Opponent draws. Do they hit a land? They do. Opponent passing. Do we hit a land? We finally do. Go to combat. Attack. Charming Prince. Unquenchably. And I think we just scry, because we would like to keep hitting lands. Alright. Temple of Silence to the top. Rats to the bottom. Opponent Flame Sweep. So is this Team of Reclamation? Bew. Land. Opponent passes. Well, play Temple of Silence. Murderous Rider to the bottom. Yeah, let's play Murderous Rider. Opponent, more counters. Sure. Well, we're fine with Murderous Rider getting counter. That doesn't really do anything anyway. That's just a random dork. Bellhaunt. Ionize again. Oh my god. Holy friggin' counters. About it. Untap land. Passes. Well, play Temple of Silence. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Rats to the bottom. Pass the turn. Boat it. Bone Crusher. Opponent's almost out of cards, though. Island. Well, never mind the out of cards part. Draw a card. Drop to 10. Opponent gets to draw a new hand. Well, we get to play a land, play Ethereal Absolution. Although this Gadwick might have already ruined our day. Opponent. Wilderness Reclamation. Oh, happy fun times. Opponent. Handful of counters. Still. Untaps. Well, play Cavalier. Blow up Wilderness Reclamation. Temple. Fenlurker to the bottom. Well, we'll see. We killed a Wilderness Wreck. Bone it. Shocks our face. Well, maybe we just get burnout here. Bone Crushers our face. Yeah, looking likely. Pwn it. Untap land. Gadwick again. And we lose. Alright, sure. Wilderness Reclamation. Miserable, miserable, miserable. Alright. We can bring in our Conclave Tribunals. We will go down, I think, the Kaya's Wraths and one Murderous Rider, run it like that. Hi! Oh, dear. Yeah, it's not a matchup that I really enjoy. Alright, we get to play first, and, well, we got discard. Discard for days. We'll see if there's any way this is enough. Scoured Barrens, go. Boat it. Tap land. To the top. Well, play a land, play a rats, make you discard. I don't feel like any deck I have ever played has a good matchup against Teamer Reclamation. That's just the sad truth of the matter. Bugler Rats, opponent quenches. Or maybe they just discard quench. Again. About it. Alright, let's resolve. Discards a shock. We play a Scoured Barrens. Pass the turn. Bone Crusher on rats. Yup. Mountain for our opponent. Passes. We'll play a play to go to combat. Attack. Fenlurker. Make you discard. Gets rid of Brazen Borrower. Opponent ups. I mean, we've done a decent job of dealing with making our opponent discard. We'll see if there's any chance it's actually enough. Opponent. Tap land. Passes. Well, play a plains. Go to combat. Attack. Hit our opponent. Pass the turn. We don't really want to get Karn countered if we can help it. Opponent plays a tap land. Cracks it. Gets an island. Bone Crusher. Well, we will murder Bone Crusher. Untap. Ugh, Absolution. Well, go attacking. Hit our opponent. Murderous Rider. Pass the turn. Scryland. Opponent passes. Well, go to combat. Attack. Hit our opponent. Karn. I'm sure this is going to eat it a counter, but it keeps our opponent from scrying. Yeah, there's a quench. Opponent untaps. Tap land. Passes. Go to combat. Attack. Opponent. Murderous Rider. Alright, opponent. You need something. We are presenting lethal. Opponent scries. To the bottom. Oh, that feels desperate. Do they find what they need? Can they stop the beats? Growth Spiral. Oh, please tell me you don't draw into something. 2 non-lands in hand. What are they? Opponent passes. We go to combat. We attack. Opponent needs an answer. They need at least some answer just to stay alive. Flame Sweep. Opponent drops to 2. Doom Foretold. Is your last card a counter? It is. All right. Well, you got to deal with both Murderous Riders this turn, and opponent scoops it up, and we discarded them. Okay. Apparently, it is possible that we can beat Team Iraq. That went pretty well. Discard, 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 discard. And it was enough. It was enough, somehow. All right. Run it back. All right. No discard, but we have some powerful stuff if we can resolve it. We'll see. Temple. Scry. Charming Prince bottom. Pass the turn. Mountain for our opponent. Now, play a swamp. Charming Prince. If you want to counter it, counter it. We get to scry 2. Cavalier. Actually, you know what? Let's keep both of these. We have the lands to cast them. Sure. We will keep both. Opponent. Kills Charming Prince. The Cavalier is a way that we can get rid of a Wilderness Reclamation. Opponent scries to the bottom. And tap land. Opponent passes. Well, rats you. Opponent counters. Play the swamp, pass the turn. Does our opponent have Wilderness Rec? Of course. Well, play Temple of Silence. Keep the rats, I guess. Pass the turn. Wilderness Rec. Opponent ops. Keeps it on top, so it's a good one. Opponent. Double mana now. So I get to play threats and leave up counters every turn. Untap land. Gadwick. Draws 2. And gets to untap and counter our stuff. While we play a Plains, we play Cavalier, it gets countered. Oh, it doesn't get countered. Well, blow up Wilderness Rec for sure. All right. Wow. Okay, we dodged the counter somehow. Opponent scries. Well, that was not bad. That was kind of surprisingly good. I am very surprised our opponent couldn't counter that. Opponent plays a Mountain. Wilderness Reclamation again. Now, maybe they just don't care to counter it. Untaps. Well, we will Cavalier. Did you draw into a counter? This time they did. Oh, good God. All right. Well, good running, opponent. And you got Cavalier number 3 for next turn to give it a try. Opponent. Tap land. Wilderness Reclamation part 40. Gets in. Down to 12. Ah, goodness. That's a lot of Wilderness Recs. Opponent gets to scry. 2 cards to the bottom. Untaps. Well, play a swamp. Play rats. Make you discard. Opponent shocks the rat. Well, we will go to combat. We will attack you. Cavalier. Kill Gadwick. No sense in trying to deal with Wilderness Reclamations now that our opponent has Infinite. That's a little unfortunate that our opponent drew a triple Wilderness Reclamation. Pass the turn. Opponent. Land. Well, this is our turn to do something good. We are going to get to resolve this Ethereal Absolution. 2 cards to the bottom. Opponent is going to scry into Expansion Explosion, though. And then, once that happens, we just lose on the spot, I think. Opponent, yeah. Can't make them discard the top of their deck, unfortunately. 2 to the bottom. Untaps, gets us right again. Yeah. So, infinite scries to find lethal. Leaves 1 on top. Gotta be Expansion Explosion. Well, play Ethereal Absolution. Go attacking. But I assume that our opponent getting to scry 6 last turn means we lose here. Well, okay, Gadwick is pretty bad. Opponent draws a new hand. With 2 Wilderness Reclamations in play, it plays a land. It's a temple, gets to scry. Ugh. Oh, so close. So close, and yet so far. That is the problem with Wilderness Reclamations. Well, go to combat. Opponent's going to start tapping down our team. Brineborn Cutthroat. Taps down Cavalier. Dies. Go attacking. Opponent. Got to block. Opponent blocks. Play a Plains. Pass the turn. Bone Crushers us. Down to 10. Scries. 2 cards to the bottom. Untaps. Is there a chance that we're going to win this? Bone Crusher, sure. Scries. It really depends on what's in our opponent's hand. I think we actually murder Gadwick, so our opponent can't tap our team. Opponent gets to untap. Well, we will exile Gadwick. Go to combat, attack. Opponent blocks. Drops to 2. Doom Foretold. And pass the turn. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This is so close. Opponent scries. Come on, deck. Come on. Tell us we can beat it. Tell us we can beat it. 1 on top. Oh no. Opponent's got to sack a Wilderness Wreck. Yeah. Draws. Land. They hit it the turn before they would die. Gadwick to draw a bunch of new cards. Oh, okay. Opponent draws a new hand. We will exile a Gadwick. Oh man, they keep finding it. They keep finding it. Opponent untaps. 1,000,000 cards in hand. Literally. Discards. We sacrifice Cavalier. Yeah, sacrifice Cavalier. We draw nothing. We go to combat. We attack. Opponent. Wow. Bone Crushers. And another Bone Crushers. And an opt to tap our Cavalier. Oh my goodness. Opponent to the bottom draws a card. Well, we pass the turn. Opponent got a sacrifice. Gives up on Wilderness Wreck, which I assume means we're dead. Bone Crusher. Bone Crusher. Opponent passing. Wow, attacking. Okay. Well, we will exile a Bone Crusher. Opponent. Another Bone Crusher. Well, we will exile a Brineborn Cutthroat. Opponent. Brazen Borrower. taps the token, hits us to 6. We sacrifice Doom Foretold. And opponent scoops it up! We got there! We got there against Tiber Reclamation! Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness, we never beat Tiber Reclamation! Oh, they might not be playing Expansion Explosion. I cannot believe we won that! Oh my goodness! Wow! Our opponent drew 3 Wilderness Wrecks, drew through almost their entire deck! Okay. That was a sweet performance for our deck. White black discard. Getting the job done somehow against Tiber Reclamation. Well, sweet. Alright, budget magic time. We are playing some white black discard in Standard, and see what we're up against. Okay. I mean, I think we keep this. We really need to hit land drops, but we do have a scry land, and we are on the draw, and our opponent is mulliganing into Oblivion, and our opponent is mulliganing their way right out of the game. Okay. Are they scooping the entire match? I'll run it back. That was the easiest win we've ever gotten. I think our opponent, like, mulligan, scooped. Alright. On to game 2. Up a game somehow, thanks to our opponent conceding. See if they actually play this game. We're on the draw again. I'm kind of glad our opponent scooped, because our hand was... It had a lot of what we wanted, but it was speculative. Yeah, this will keep. I mean, it's slow. Oh, dear. It's slow against a deck that seems fast. We're going to put Karn to the bottom. We'd really like to hit something we can play in the early game. Hopefully. Probably like Mono Black Aristocrats or Rakdos. Okay, well, we put the Karn that could get our... Alright, there's Charming Prince. Let's run out Charming Prince. We put the Karn that could get our Grafdigger's Cage to the bottom, unfortunately. Opponent gonna start cat sacking. Sure. It's back, cat. Yeah. Yeah, let's just scry this turn. Land to the bottom. Rats to the top. Rats gives us something to play next turn, and then we can get to the... Yeah, okay. That's going to be annoying. Opponent gets in. No blocks. Down to 14. Well, Temple of Silence. Scry. Planes to the bottom. Rats. Make a discard. Opponent gets to start doing cat stuff. Sacks, gets it back. Yeah, this priest is definitely obnoxious at the moment. Opponent discards a Gutter Bones, which they can get back. Okay. Yeah, I kind of wish we had kept the Karn, because Grafdigger's Cage seems absurd against what our opponent's trying to do. Opponent. What's the plan? What's the plan? Alright, sacks everything for priest. We'll sack rat. Opponent draws a card, makes some manas. There's a mountain. Gutter Bones. And Gutter Bones. And Gutter Bones. Yep. Well, play a plains. Play Belhon. Make our opponent discard. They got a Gutter Bones they can discard for free, essentially. Discards Rampage. Alright, well, get in with Charming Prince at our opponent. Haha! All the way down to 21. Ethereal Absolution would also be good. Like, this is a matchup we want to play with our deck. Opponent steals Charming Prince. Plays a Gutter Bones. Sacks all of our stuff. Yeah, we lose our Bell Haunt. Opponent draws a card, makes mana. Land. Gutter Bones for days. Opponent hits us. Well, Bell Haunt. The problem is this is going to keep happening until we find Ethereal Absolution or a Karn to get a Grafdigger's Cage. Daravel doesn't do it here. We need something better than that, because our opponents are going to keep doing this again and again and again, and they can't keep doing it again and again and again until we stop them. Ugh, Mayhem Devil. All right, yeah. And, well, we'll wait one more turn. I guess it's theoretically possible that we draw a... oh, God. That we draw a Wrath, and that could get us out of this, maybe, but not really. Opponent, yeah. Ugh. Well, I guess the Karn probably would have been too slow here on the draw anyway. Another Cauldron Familiar. Down to 6. And I don't even know if we can get out of this now. Gutter Bones. It's got to be Kaya's Wrath off the top. That's our one pseudo chance. Scoured Barrens, and we go to sideboarding. All right, well, now we know what our opponent's doing, and we know what we're trying to focus on. So, let's see. Against this deck, we bring in 1 Grafdigger's Cage. We bring in 2 Kaya's Wraths. We bring in 1 Sorcerer's Spyglass. We go down Doom Foretold's. And Glass Casket's fine, Conclave Tribunal, trim some Davriels. Do we go down all the Davriel? Davriel seems pretty bad. Like, the discard plan, the discard plan could be good, but we first need to shut down the graveyard, because our opponent has so many recursive threats. So the discard plan is good if we can shut off the graveyard. Yeah, we're gonna mulligan that. Oh no. Oh no. Well, we are mulliganing into Oblivion, Cavalier bottom, Murderous. Oh no, Murderous Rider bottom. This is not what we wanted. Oh dear. Opponent. Yeah, this is really bad. The old Multi-5 on the play. We draw a swamp, we play the swamp, we pass the turn. Opponent. Fabled Passage, cracks it. Gets a mountain, plays a swamp, and Priest of Forgotten Gods. Well, play Charming Prince. Scry. I think we actually keep both of these. Castle Lockway and pass the turn. So, what we could do here is Murderous Rider or something. Opponent plays, Chandra. Alright, Chandra's annoying. Chandra
Hey, these little guys are great.
gets to sack, kill our stuff. Yup. Draws a card, makes some mana. Witch's Oven. Passes. Kill Chandra. Play a Plains, pass the turn. So what we're hoping to do here is Karn to get Grafdigger's Cage. Opponent gets in, hits us. Down to 16. Cracks. And then Ethereal Absolution to shut down the rest. Play a land, play Karn. Take down Karn.
Stand down.
Take Grafdigger's Cage. Play Grafdigger's Cage. Pass the turn. So this shuts down our opponent's graveyard loops. Mayhem Devil. Karn also shuts down Witch's Oven, as long as it stays out. Castle. Hits Karn. Yup.
Please stop.
We draw a rat. Well, yeah, cashing card.
My grief fuels my mission.
Take Sorcerer's Spyglass. Play it. Name Priest. Murderous Rider. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. We would still like to hit a land for this Ethereal Absolution. I think if our opponent makes a second artifact, I think we actually sack Grafdigger's Cage here. Because Ethereal Absolution kind of does the same thing. Noxious Grasp does not do a whole lot. Alright, just gets rid of Murderous Rider. Alright, deck. Alright, deck. Give us a land, give us a land, give us a land. A land for Ethereal Absolution. Opponent pigs us. Untap land, down to 18, goes attacking, hits us. We draw. Alright, there's a land. So play the swamp, Ethereal Absolution. Opponent draws. Down to 14. Well, we pass the turn. Nothing to get out of the graveyard yet, though. Tap land. Opponent. Gutter Bones. Dies. Well, now we have something to get out of the graveyard. Opponent gets in, hits us. Down to 9. I guess they probably got to get back Gutter Bones so we can't exile it. Opponent passes. Wow. Okay. So wait, this is on Priest. Spyglass. Opponent sacks. We exile Gutter Bones. Drop to 8. Name Witch's Oven. Now we just want a way to gain a bit of life. Opponent draws. Down to 10. Untaps. Noxious Grasp. Yup. Gets it. Hits us. Down to 6. Tap land. Alright, so how do we do this? Play Rats. Make our opponent discard. Pass the turn. Opponent draws. Down to 8. We are at some risk of getting burnt out if we can't ever get rid of this Mayhem Devil. Alright, Priest is fine. Can't be activated. Rankle is annoying. But actually not deadly. Actually, Rankle's fine because we can make a Spirit here. We might be good now? Opponent. What you got, what you got? Our plan is kind of working here, although we are low-ish on life. And we would like to get more creatures in our opponent's graveyard. But they can't really attack, or they lose creatures and they end up in the graveyard. They can sack a food to deal 1 damage. Opponent. Passing. Well, we will eat the Priest, make a flyer. Untap. Oh, that's the draw we wanted. Go to combat. Attack. That was the perfect draw. Opponent. Yeah, Kaya's Wrath that's probably game now. That's exactly what we were hoping for. Opponent blocks. Loses Rankle. Drops to 6. We Kaya's Wrath. Get rid of that Mayhem Devil. Can't activate. Can't activate. And opponent scoops it up, and that's what we were imagining happening in this matchup. That was exactly it. We got the free win with the Mulligans in game 1. We lost game 2, not knowing what we were up against. But then you can see we have a pretty good plan for these matchups. Being able, that's the upside of this, one of the upsides of this deck. Karn shuts down the Witch's Oven, gets Grafdigger's Cage, which shuts down the Graveyard interaction synergies, and then also gets Sorcerer's Spyglass, which shuts down the other sacrifice outlets. So that was good. That was good. That's pretty much what we were hoping would happen in this matchup. Woo! Sweet, sweet. All right, that was sweet. Even with the free win in game 1, that was super sweet. We will take it. All right, budget magic time. We are playing some white-black discard, and all right. Hand's a bit slow, but it has some power. I mean, depending on the matchup. And we get a scry, so maybe we can scry into a 2-drop, although we probably keep a land if, do we keep a land? We might keep a land. We do need to get to 4 and eventually 6 mana. Alright, Temple, Scry. Definitely putting Doom Foretold at the bottom. Already have one, don't need another one. Opponent, Adepts. Swamp, and Gutter Bones. Now, Temple of Silence, Scry. We're going to keep Kaya's Wrath. That's a good way to slow things down a bit. Opponent. We do need to get 6 mana, though. That's the one risk of keeping Kaya's Wrath is our big payoff is Ethereal Absolution, Knight of the Even Legion. And tap land. Opponent gets in, hits us. Well, play a Swamp. Yeah, I think we actually play Davriel. I mean, we're going to lose it, but this should gain us 2 life and make our opponent discard a card, which is not that bad. The higher we can keep our life total for Kaya's Wrath, and then Bellhaunt, and then eventually Ethereal Absolution, the better. And this is not a very good Davriel matchup anyway. Because our opponent has Gutter Bones and Cats and whatnot they can discard. Oh, this is Knights. Okay. That's not a Knight, though. It's got to be Knights if you're playing Tournament Grounds. Opponent kills Davriel. Does not... Huh. Okay. Why would you not attack with... I mean, we'll take it. Opponent says, okay. It was an accident. I was like, wondering why you wouldn't attack with a Knight. Opponent. Run something out into this Kaya's Wrath, please. Oh, Drill Bit. Well, Drill Bit's annoying because it takes our Kaya's Wrath. Yup. Well, play a Plains, Bellhaunt you. Opponent discards Bone Crusher Giant. Tournament Grounds. Attacks. No blocks. We don't want to lose this Bellhaunt to another Bone Crusher. Alright. We get cleaved, unfortunately. Down to 14. Grows the Knight. I'll play Doom Foretold. No attacks. Opponent's got sacrifice. Cashes and Gutter Bones. Draws a card. Equips. Yeah. Well, we take our beats. Again, we need this Bellhaunt to sacrifice. Down to 8. Aye, Drill Bit. Okay. Takes Absolution. Grows the Knight. We have to sack Bellhaunt. Untap. Well, another Bellhaunt. Opponent has sacrifice. Ooh, getting rid of that was key. Alright, Embercleave down. Opponent. Attacks. What do we do? No blocks. The downside is this lets our opponent get back Gutter Bones to sacrifice. Yep, Gutter Bones, Gutter Bones. And more Gutter Bones. Oh, we sack Bellhaunt. Wrath. Oh my god, it is a Wrath. Kaya's Wrath. Woo! Off the top! Pass a turd. Opponent! We get it. Oh my goodness, that was so good. Woo! What a key draw. What a key draw. And now Karn can potentially... Oh, man, that's huge. Opponent draws. Karn can get a Grafdigger's Cage. Karn... Take it down for Cage. Log out those Gutter Bones. And I think we're going to steal this. Cage. Play a land. Go attacking. And I guess they can still get back Gutter Bones, but... Opponent passes. Knight of the Even Legion returns. Opponent draws a card. Well. Play Doom Foretold. Play a Swamp. Take down Karn.
I will not lose another friend.
Take Glass Casket. Get rid of the Knight. Go attacking. Doom Foretold. Makes our opponent discard. We get to draw. We get a Knight. Knight of the Even Legion returns. Opponent draws a card. Ooh. Well, go to combat. Attack. Opponent. Wow, that Kaya's Wrath saved the day. Opponent takes it to 5. Take up Karn on Grafdigger's Cage. Cavalier. Blow up Knight. Scoured Barrens. Pass the turn. Swamp for our opponent. Oathsworn Knight. Sure. Draws. Draws down to 4. And scoops it up. Oh, taking down knights. Maybe this is actually working. Maybe this is actually really working. All right. Well, Kaya's Wrath, that went well, even with the pseudo punt of snagging the Grafdigger's Cage in a matchup where it's kind of meh. So, all right, we bring in 2 more Kaya's Wraths. We can go down a Cavalier of Dawn and go down Davriel's for, I guess, just a couple. Actually, let's keep the Cavalier and go down Davriel's for Conclave Tribunal. Davriel's sort of sketch in this matchup just because it dies so easily. Oh, done! Scoops it up! Does not want a piece of our deck. Too good, too good. Broke it. We broke it. Black, white, discard. Somehow. All right. Sweet. So what do we learn this week about white, black, discard in Standard? And the deck worked basically just as good as we hoped. We did lose once in our 5 matches to a blue-green ramp deck where, one game, we got our opponent empty-handed. They top-decked Hydroid Crosses. As they say, you can't make your opponent discard the top of their deck. That's going to happen. Then the other game we lost to them, they had a turn 3 Nissa, and we just couldn't get rid of it quickly enough. So that was our one loss. On the other hand, we beat Jeskai Fires. One of the best decks in the format. We beat Teamer Reclamation, a deck that apparently our discard is good enough against. With Doom Foretold and Cavalier to answer Wilderness Reclamation, we beat Rakdos Sacrifice, a cat deck, one of the other decks we were targeting. We beat Rakdos Knights pretty easily. We scared our opponent away with a Wrath. They just scurried away after one game. So I feel like this deck is actually very well lined up with our current meta. It feels like it has game against all of the big archetypes in the format. The ramp decks might be a problem. Nissa, that might be a hassle, especially when it comes down super early. But apart from the ramp style decks, I feel like we're good against fire stacks. I feel like we're good against cat decks. Karn is great. Being able to tutor up our sideboard cards is so helpful in the cat matchups in specific. Our other pieces are very helpful as well. We have answers for everything. Making our opponent discard a card every turn from like turn 2 to turn 4 is surprisingly effective in a lot of matchups, especially against fire style decks. So all around, I feel like this deck's actually surprisingly effective and could probably be even more effective with some slight changes. I feel like if I was going to play this deck non-budget style, probably would not be a ton of huge changes. Maybe like a Liliana as a top-end finishing planeswalker. Definitely improving the mana base, dropping Scoured Barrens for copies of Godless Shrine. And then that would let us add some more castles, which would be nice because they come into play untapped. But other than that, I feel like this deck is very close to what I'd play for a non-budget version of the deck with those small upgrades, especially to the mana base. And I feel like this deck might actually just be relatively legitimately competitive in our current format, which is kind of weird because, as I said in our deck tag way back an hour ago, when we saw this deck last week during Budget Magic, I was a little skeptical. I was like, really? Like, yes, it lines up really well with what we're doing. I get that. Like, it's very good against what we're doing, but how does it do against the rest of the format? And I think the answer is, it actually is pretty legitimate. Like, just making your opponent discard, blowing up their stuff, it's an effective plan. The only other change I might look at, Davriel, it's good with the discard plan, but that might be better served as Kaya. Kaya's another nice main deck answer to cat decks, getting rid of cat, getting rid of Witch's Oven, getting rid of graveyards. So it might be worth considering Kaya for the main deck, or at least in the sideboard. That's the other like semi-expensive upgrade, along with Godless Shrine. Maybe one more like finishing planeswalker like Liliana. But really, the deck is pretty close to where it wants to be non-budget, and I think it's legitimately good. So if you're looking for something different, or you just like making your opponents discard until they're empty-handed, give White Black Discard a shot. I think it's actually a pretty sweet deck. So anyway, that's been our Budget Magic for this week. White Black Discard for Throne of Eldraine Standard. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I will talk to you soon.
Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, help us out by clicking that like button down below. And to keep up on all the latest and greatest, click that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to get alerts whenever we have new videos. And if you want to, check out some of our other sweet videos here and here.